We have judges in the back who will see who raises their hands first, and then Ammar will go teacher to put their hands second. So first question. What is the rate of which conversion rate is greater, men or women, in terms of context with Islam? Sister in the back? That is incorrect. Rami? Can you also say how many times greater?
4 times Rami.
Alright, Rami, 50. Next question. When was Stony Brook MSA founded? August?
1992?
That is correct. You get the second teacher. You put it right there. Third question. Which country has the greatest Muslim population? I know. Indonesia. Teacher number 3.
That's what I said.
Okay, last and final question. This one, some of you should be somewhat familiar with. Roughly, how many Muslims are there in the world? Rough ballpark estimate. Sister in the back. No, sorry. You were very close to something. I know again.
1.5.
You already got your teacher. Brother, that is an incredible guess. It's a last teacher.
You have one more.
What was the name of our sister cousin last year? Sister all the way back. What was her last name? Teacher number 5. Okay, we are teachers now. We're going to continue now. Our next performer is Sister Kate.
After listening to the lies that you beautifully formulated, like a bouquet of roses deceiving one to think that they are without thorns, it was my turn to speak. But not for a moment did you fool me. Then again, words never came too easily, and my cue was the silence that surrounded the room. All years, now I can speak the truth. I said somewhere in Gaza, people are still dying. But that was merely a whisper, my voice muffled by the tears that followed your speech, possessing such strength that made me doubt my own beliefs. And with every bit of resilience that was left inside of me, I said, somewhere in Somalia, people are still dying. But then it was as if my words were incomprehensible, as if I was speaking this foreign language for which a dictionary did not exist. The language that was taught to me before I could even talk. This language of humanity that has no boundaries, no lines marking the borders, separating me from you, creating us and them. The language of humanity that is our innate ability, because pain has no words, only expressed through tears that once verified our existence in this world. But now these same tears are seen as a sign of weakness, signaling defeat instead of becoming a symbol of courage, to be a human being. I said somewhere in Iraq, people are still dying. But then it was your choice not to open your mind, instead letting the media spoon-feed you the falsehood, like a platter of decadent food that you devoured, till there was no space left for the truth. And I tried, but my words never seemed to get through to you. So then, this is my last attempt, my last move before holding up a white flag. I said somewhere in Pakistan, are still dying. But then her eyes challenged my own credibility. Why should this awkward girl who seems to have more questions than answers speak? Then with each stare that was more severe than an arrow, I started to fade away in the background, until only my insecurities were visible to the ground. Then this force, more powerful than my inhibition, pulled me out from that momentary lapse, and I said, no, I screamed. Somewhere in this world, people are still dying. Somewhere in this world, people are still dying, and with each life being taken, humanity is on the verge of decaying. So I ask you, my sisters and my brothers, let's prevent empathy from becoming obsolete. Stay human. Thank you.
Up next, our brother Ammar.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi. Alright, so first of all, I'm going to do inshallah is about Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu. Umar ibn Khattab, commander of the faithful, stern against Islam's enemies to Allah ever grateful. The second greatest Sahabi to ever enter the deen. Islam was weak until he came on the scene. He used to torment the Muslims and harass the Prophet. Should one be keen on Islam, Umar would not allow. The Prophet asked Allah to guide the most beloved to him. Abu Jahl ibn Khattab, show you the ladder will win. Until one day he had enough of Islam. He wanted to end the problem and kill the Prophet. Until he heard his family had been touched by Islam, his sister became Muslim, so he shot to her like a rocket. He pounced on her husband and struck her across the face. So he felt like a monster who was utterly disgraced. What are you reading? Can I please take a look? No, you're not clean. You better clean up before you touch this book. So he cleaned himself up and he picked up the scrolls. He was struck by the Quran and he reassessed his goals. This can't be the book of anyone except Allah. And thus he was moved by